Don't be trying to shoot it ass. Shoot it ass. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Southside. Yeah. Thank you so much, my feeling. Rest in peace, one to my man, Lumen. Come on, Gleason. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man. Say go. Hey, wait. There's the dude, what that baby? Yeah, you gonna put that thing down today, baby. MLK Day. Let's go. Get it back, geography, sex, and those who got their back to keep them home. To know those special bad majors. But I don't know why the girl keeps paging me. To tell me that she needs me. Girl, pretty me. And I ain't got these niggas to see. Baby, take it easy. Hate the sound cheesy, believe me. I don't want to live with that easy. Hey, yo, what's it? Girl, I got a girl saying, yeah, right. Love, I have none of the black guy. You ain't what I know better. I'm talking about better. Everybody's looking for the letter. It ain't no need being green. You feel my life, baby girl, we can tell when you need me. And we can tell when the chippy on the man just the other one gets quickie. But when you learn, you can't tie it down, baby girl. What up, nigga? You can see me get it work. Step up, step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. We get around, step up, step up. Ready on the floor, step up. We get around, step up, step up. Ready on the floor, step up, step up. Woo! What's up, Jermaine? Yeah. Uptown Fighting. DC now.
Y'all ready, guys? We're gonna go ahead and start. Let Zoe get on. Y'all can turn your cameras on.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Cameras up.
Yeah, we should have had that music just keep going in the background for a minute.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I already took it off. Y'all want it back on? I can put it back on. Let's do it.
I mean, it was a good intro, you know.
Say a Big Mac. Let me get a low beat.
Mm.
Okay, it didn't
Ooh.
come in, but I'm still rocking. It didn't come in.
Oh yeah, I didn't add it to the stream. Oh yeah, it's gone. I can hear it, but y'all can't hear it. Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's the
What's
deal,
going on,
man?
man? What's going on?
We still
Family.
waiting
What's
on
good?
We
our
still waiting on the
counterpart in crime.
scarecrow.
Yeah, let me. I just wanted everybody to see. I can't get rid of it. Where is it at? There it is. All right. Boom. We in here. You know what I'm saying? Sports talk with Cameo Bo. We
We gonna
got
get
Chris Styles White. We got Narayan
That's right.
Williams. And we waiting on Scarecrow Zoe Carter to bless us with his presence.
my man's
Um,
getting that beauty sleep.
Mhm.
hmm
You need to get a
He was
line
asleep.
up.
He was like, I'm just waking up. I'm gonna get some
Yeah.
food. I'm like, get some food and let's go. I
Hey,
see you rocking. You got the Premier Cocktails merch on. I love that hoodie. That joint got the Carolina blue on there. We could talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
yeah, I
that joint.
mean, yeah, man, you know, gotta
You a
show
little,
up,
you a little,
man.
you a little
Shameless,
chilly inside though, right? You still a little
shameless promo.
frosty.
Hey,
I was about, I was about to say somebody took a class in proper brand management and placement.
Look, but you don't see, listen, you don't see my dog is an attention horse, man. Like my man is about to get put up. I'm trying to.
The chat
Yeah,
already going on your background, son. They talking
I
about you
got
got that
two. I
ugly
got
ass
two right here.
background.
Hey, hey, you already know, man. You know, I'm gonna show up, man. I don't duck no bump. Like you said, let them know. Let me know how they feel, though. Like, I mean, let me know how
Yeah,
they feel about the background.
we got the mutts. We got the mutts on tap.
Yeah, man, my man. They said yours don't leave your side either, huh, Chris?
Nah,
You know,
man. Nah.
I'm
You
sponsored
home.
by Anti Swisher Sweets Club. No Swisher Sweets, thanks to the Trapwoods folks at Trapwoods and the Good Smoke. You know, they with us all the time.
Yeah, man.
Man, we here to get on them up, man. Get on this topics. This y'all really for real. You know what I'm saying? This y'all be,
No,
going in.
I mean, I would definitely like for Scarecrow to be here because, like I said, man, it's he you know, what I mean, he gives players their props, man, and we definitely want the players get their props, but we gonna keep it 100, man.
We
We
gonna
gonna keep
keep
it
it
100.
funky. We definitely gonna
We
keep
gonna
it
keep it
funky. But
funky.
I'll say that that Scarecrow is probably the most fanatic of the fans that we have.
Hold on, he trying to find the link now. Let me try to get it to you.
There we go.
And
There we go. He trying to jump in there.
Facebook Messenger.
But the I mean,
I'm
just
gonna
the
send it
gist
to
of
him again.
this has been a funky sport year for me, man. I mean, just to be honest, like everything that's been going on. I mean, quite frankly, I just haven't been having any luck with the teams and stuff that I've been wanting to win. I mean, I just want to put it flat out. Everybody that's been winning championships or that's been winning in big games, I haven't been rooting for. I haven't lost my fantasy football league, and I needed that money. That comes out around Christmas time, so I was looking forward to that cash out. And hey, Aaron Rodgers made the goddamn NFC Championship and stung it up for me. I ain't even lying, man. They go like that. They go like that, but
Come on.
like you said, but I was damn sure wasn't rooting for Tampa Bay. Though. I'm not even. I'm gonna put it out there. I wasn't rooting for Tampa Bay.
Nah, I think I'm overseeing Tom Brady. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy for the player that he is, his caliber of talent. But you know, I'm over the hype, and you know, think it's time. I think it's time for somebody else. But then, the real argument is who can upseat him. Who could take that spot that he holds? And I guess that's the legitimate question.
I mean, do we have to wait for that though? I mean, I don't think that we need to prove that though. That's what I'm saying. I could have went without saying who get a 7th championship. You know what I mean? Like 6. You know what I'm saying? Like damn. You know what I'm saying? Like all right, you proved the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have went without watching him go down to Tampa Bay this year. Now maybe if he would have did it next year, you know what I'm saying? But to do it this year, it's like God damn.
Ain't that the point though? Ain't like soon as you transfer, like LeBron go to every team and try to go to a championship like the first season he get there. Like since he's been going, when he went to Miami, they was on the roll. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all, you know what I mean? Look what happened. Now it took him a while out there. It was a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I think that's what they trying to prove with the football too. Like if you one of them type of players, you can definitely like go to another team and at least get them somewhere. You know what I
Well,
mean? And I
some
think
bombshell news came out today about the Kansas City Chiefs. Um,
they all had
Andy Reid,
COVID.
Andy Reid's son actually is probably facing some very hefty charges,
Oh, really?
and he could be facing manslaughter if this little girl don't pull through. He
You talking
he
about with that
pleaded
accident?
he
Hey, y'all,
pleaded
Bruce Willis in here. He said,
yeah.
"What's up?" Man?
What's going on? He pleaded guilty, or he consented that he took Adderall and drank and was intoxicated with
Dang.
alcohol. It
Yeah.
caused a 3-car crash that has a little girl fighting for her life right now. And if you think about the dynamics of something like that, right? He didn't come to the Super. He wasn't present at the Super Bowl. He's a linebackers coach. So stuff like that can have a head coach distracted, and a team distracted, and we just
No,
don't know
100%.
the dynamics behind the scenes. But that news did come out today, and I've heard a lot of people say that they thought Kansas City played sloppily, and they just weren't themselves. And if
Okay,
you
there
think
you
about
go.
it, all of that could have been weighing on their conscience. He's facing some serious charges. Like this just
That's not a game. Like I mean, it's already a mission. So whatever happened on the criminal,
Scarecrow, you live,
okay,
baby.
there we
we
go, there we go.
that's
We
my
got the
baby.
squad in the
Get the
building.
crust out your oh man.
How you feeling, brother?
Come on,
I'm
man.
hungry than a motherfucker. I'm hungry.
Oh man, yeah, man. We gotta bring my man up the pod, man. Yeah, we were talking about yeah, we on these Tampa Bay Buccaneers back, man. We talking about Chris was talking about how Andy Reid's son was a distraction, man. Andy Reid's son was a distraction.
How
That's
you
the
feel
only
about that? Did you hear about the news?
about
I know
Andy
you.
Reid's son.
Yeah, did you hear the news though?
What happened?
Andy Reid's son is facing some serious charges, and he basically consented that he was drunk on alcohol and he took Adderall, caused a 3-car crash that has a little girl fighting for her life. And as you know,
Yeah.
he wasn't present at the Super Bowl. He missed the game because of that. He was held back in Kansas City because he was facing those charges. So when you
Hey,
think
this ain't
about
the first. This ain't the first time we heard about Andy Reid's son, right? Andy Reid's son
no,
always been like this.
Sons.
His
sons,
sons.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I know one
Boy.
of his sons. One of his. Yeah, I know about. But they always. They used to talk about Andy Reid's sons being bad. Like I remember hearing
Yeah.
them stories about his son
In
for a
Philly.
minute.
In
yeah,
Philly,
but
they was dope boys.
yeah, but he this
Yeah,
this
yeah,
this
that's what I'm
one
saying.
this one son was the
Yeah, that's good.
linebackers coach. He had a very important job, as far as the team goes, and he wasn't present. He wasn't present. So you got to think as a player, and I know they're gonna say, "Nah, that doesn't affect the way we play," but that does affect the way you play. That's the coach's son, and he's a part of the team, just like anybody else on that team. So when he's missing in action and facing them type of charges, he didn't miss the game because he was injured. He missed the game because he caused some tragedy in some people's lives.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely you gotta be in denial to say that you don't get a phone call saying your son is responsible for another child's being in critical condition and doesn't have an effect on your preparation. You know what I mean? Like that's just not a question at all. And then you can't even travel with the team. So
Right.
so I mean at the end of the day, I just don't think Kansas City Chiefs were prepared for Tampa Bay.
They
And
might,
that
and it's
defense,
clear. Their
and I
minds weren't
mean,
on the game. Their minds were somewhere else.
and
Andy Reid probably wanted to get out of there. He like, I need to. My son is about to go down.
I mean, you're talking about Mahomes,
He
this
probably was
high
like these
flying
goddamn boys
offense.
again.
You know what I'm saying? That's a high flying offense, and the Washington football team did better than the first round in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
What the
I,
fuck?
I haven't seen that somebody moving furniture.
Right.
My fault, y'all. My fault.
Come on, man, get it together, baby.
Gotta get over here with the motherfucking heat was blowing at. My fault.
my man over there dragging radiators. But seriously though, but like I said, I could have went. Hey yo, 1 second. Come on, man. Move. Get out of here. Move. Back. Yeah. But yeah, but seriously,
Call your go ahead.
I could have definitely went without saying that man winning that championship, and just on the strength, I really didn't care for Kansas City winning it either because that, you know what I mean, they was kind of hyped up through the whole season too. So, but I can't take none of Mahomes. Like I said, Mahomes. Like
He got a cockiness about him. He got a confidence about him.
He definitely got a Draymond Green about him. without all the yapping.
Whole time the league is starting to get sick of, you know what I'm saying, seeing Kansas City win just on the low. And then they already sick of seeing Tom Brady win. So ain't nobody really, was feeling that game as much, man. For the regular season game that it looked to be the whole damn time.
Well, yeah, but you still got them Tom Brady haters that didn't even want to see Tom Brady win it at all. So that's why they was rooting with Kansas City too. I know I got some guys that's not even Kansas City fan, but they was rooting for Kansas City because they hate Brady. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely in that camp. I was right here with a Mahomes and Kansas City flag. I was cheering,
waving proud, because I didn't.
Like, yeah. Matter of fact, my kids' grandparents, the grandmother called me. She was like, yeah, so yeah, I'm rooting for Kansas City on this one. She a diehard Washington football team fan. So,
Kansas City.
And I was telling her my reasons why I was rooting for the Bucks.
They are the Chiefs.
Nah, Mahomes' birthday on the same day my birthday. That's the only thing I had in common. That's what I'm doing.
Like I said, I felt like it would have been bittersweet justice for Tom Brady to lose that game. There was so much hype around Tom Brady and his age, and I get it. Like I can't take nothing away from the player. And I started off by saying that, as far as the player is concerned, well deserved. Like he's a player.
He was already great though.
He's a baller.
He didn't need a 7-1. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He was already great, and I feel like that's why I root for the underdog, man, because it makes sports better. It makes the game better. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, we've already was listening to how great Tom Brady was the month leading up to this damn football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't need post Tom Brady.
I want to say, I think that this game would have had a different outcome if the Chiefs were prepared. And I think, and it's just my opinion. This is all my opinions, no facts based. But
when did that accident happen? When did that accident happen? Or like prior to the game? It was like right before the game, or like a day or so before.
Like at least a couple days. Like at least a couple days.
Oh, so it had some time to kind of set on the thing.
It was like the week before they left.
Right. So it definitely played a part in preparation. Like if you'd have had, that's your son. And he's a linebacker coach. Like that plays a part. To me, that's just they were unprepared. See, that's news.
I hear you, but that's not what I was hearing in the pre-interviews. Like Tyreek Hill was like he was saying that man in practice, man, doing all doing practice. I don't know what was going on with Patrick Mahomes, but he was just throwing dimes. Like I know he throw dimes, but he was just throwing different. I can't wait. I can't wait. He was doing all that, but never showed up in the game. So,
but they say the right things on camera.
Right,
You know what I
but
mean?
I'm just saying.
You know, like they paid to say the right things on camera. It's when you get out there, it don't matter about how the players play. It's how the coaches coach. You know, the coaches, the players can play a piss poor game, but if the scheme is right, if the coaching is right, you know, like they weren't prepared. They just
unless see football is different. That's what I'm saying. Like in basketball, in college, you really see when they got players on a leash. In pros, they don't really got these mofos in leash in pro basketball. But in football, it's a discipline thing because it's like unless you're doing a Willie Beeman type shit going out there where the when the coach calls something and you be like, nah, I see something else. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You going with the fuck that play.
I.e. Peyton Manning.
You know what I'm saying?
Tom Brady and them.
You might see the quarterback look this way, but if your job is to be on this side of the field, Slim, your ass better be on that side of the field, yo.
And when you look at the tape, like go back and look at the tape, Andy Reid was not emotional. And Andy Reid is an emotional coach. He was not emotional. He wasn't screaming at refs. He was not himself. Like that team wasn't. And you got to think about it. He got to prep the team before the game, during the game, at halftime.
Man, his son already said that off himself. So you know what I'm saying. Let's be honest.
I feel like this. Even if Mahomes was throwing dimes and all that type of stuff during the week, he ain't had no time to do it during the game because he was running around for his life the whole fucking game. You know what I'm saying?
But you heard the reason why, man. He lost, like they was like backups there. It was his backups that was there.
But
he lost his starter. They had to move a guy over to play another position. Like it was over with.
Regardless,
you want to get Pierre Paul in them.
Regardless of who Mahomes had, the Redskins eat like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that front full rush. If you get to the quarterback with a full. Man, it's gonna be a long
day. And that's what Tampa did. They got to the quarterback with 4 people.
Rushes forward. They rush forward, nigga. The only time they blitz, nigga, is when they play 21. You know what I'm saying?
And then look,
it's not a game. You know
and bro, look, and it reminds me of how important the linebacker is. That young boy Davis, man, number 45, came out of LSU. They went and got the interception, and he was all over the field. Number 45 on Tampa Bay. Rookie year. This is rookie year, bro. This is rookie year.
No, this is second year.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah, when you got
Winfield Jr.
Winfield Jr. Like we grew up watching his father play. You know what I'm saying? These rookie boys.
When you got a linebacker that can move like a safety.
Oh my God.
That's what make Jamal Adams, John. When you got a safety that can come up in a box like a goddamn linebacker.
So he ran a 4.2 in the combine. That's what they say, 4.25. He ran something like that. Like he was, man, that linebacker fast. Them young boys, man.
That's D-back speed right there. That's wide receiver speed.
That's what I heard him kept saying that. That's what Washington was needing. Like we need a linebacker. But I'm looking like you look at guys like Sean Lee for Dallas. That white boy was fast as hell. He was all over the field. Remember?
Yeah,
Sean Lee for Dallas, man. What?
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
And when we talk about that with teams, like if your linebacking core can't go, sideline to sideline fast, like a running back at least, you know what I'm saying, and have like quickness like a D-back be able to turn, like you got to have that now because they going from play action to like quick runs, passes, with tight ends and all that. Yeah. So
get back.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. I thought the competition level was one-sided, and I felt like in a lot of ways there was some missed calls. And I know people gonna argue that you refs don't win games.
Let's talk about that because I got mixed feelings about that too because
I do too.
Same way as you do, Chris. They missed a lot of calls that changed the momentum of the game, like that Tyrone that Matthews call. the interception. Changed a lot of shit in the game, and then there was the 2 calls out there that led to touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So, but my niggas, they didn't score any touchdowns in that whole game. Yeah, like
he still was running for his life. He still had no block. Like it's still you still got to play ball. You still got to play.
There was one play. There was
and
one play.
Breland was holding like shit a little bit. I mean, but he aggressive. He's an aggressive corner, but
Kansas City always get flagged like that. Yeah?
This ain't like the first time Breland been getting flagged. Breland been getting flagged all season. You know that.
They was throwing flags on everything on Kansas City.
Yeah, but I wish they would have let him play more. You're right.
They played like that all season.
Kansas City playing aggressive. They play an aggressive style of defense, man. If you look like you say, if you look at the tape,
Breland,
you know what I'm saying? Breland, all them dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? They grab niggas. You know, and they was bringing that shit out. And if you think Tom Brady wasn't bringing that shit up to the refs, you know what I mean? Had them looking at it the whole game. You know, you stripping, man.
So like, look, let me ask y'all something. So when Tom Brady chasing your man Matthew, why they ain't throw no flag? They chased my man on the reaction.
They threw it on Matthew.
Yeah, they threw it on the other one, but Brady came all the way across the field like, hey, what?
I didn't know Brady could run that fast.
Hey man, Brady, see now he be having 5, but I don't.
No, Washington played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got into an altercation. Man. And everybody and there was 4 personal foul calls, and the entire thing was dismissed, and it was a replay of down. And I know for sure in that very same game that Tampa Bay instigated the fight where he threw the football at the Washington player's face. The Washington player reacted. And they called 4 personal foul penalties, 2 on each side, which disqualified any penalties, and it was a replay of down. But in this situation, they called the personal foul on the opposing team. Like you said, there was 64 yards in penalties in the first half alone on Kansas City. And 2 of them were unexcusable because they were personal foul. And when you get a personal foul, that's a control issue. You lost control of yourself. You lost control. But the pass interference,
yes, sir.
Even Tony Romo said, he's like, that ball was kind of uncatchable. Like, and I don't even like listening to Tony Romo. But he was like, I think that was uncatchable. But, you know.
Hey man, he better than Jason Witten though. He was way better than Jason Witten. So he pretty good. I think Tony Romo pretty good doing this shit.
I got my issues
because he played the game.
But
he played the game.
And he played the game, and even him sitting in the booth was like, I don't know how you could call that. Now Breland in that one play when they called the pass interference, he literally fell down and he was looking back.
That was bullshit.
Come on,
he was looking back.
There was another one where the other corner, he wasn't even barely touching. They called a hold, and I was like, where was the hold?
The one that was in the end zone. The one that was in the end zone? Oh, no, I know you're talking about the dude when he did the comeback. When he did the comeback and he barely did.
And I was like,
it was like,
I was like, he didn't hold him. I mean, if you want to go pass interference or something like that, but
it was like he didn't hold him, like
or something. But
they said beyond 5 yards, they be pressed, man. Like I was like, damn, they was calling them Jones early though, man. But look, man, Tyreek had it. He dropped a wide open pass in the end zone. He hit him in the face mask.
Bobbing right in the face mask because he wasn't ready.
That's what I'm saying. He the one doing all that main talking in the interview.
Mahomes threw the ball quick out, and the receiver
Mahomes
he gonna look. He looked
he
back
was getting
and
the ball
was
there.
already out of bounds.
He was getting the ball there under duress, and niggas was dropping the ball.
Yo, the jump that he threw when he was falling down, like sideways.
I could not believe that, bro.
And I'm like, he threw it right to you, dog. Like,
yo, that was crazy.
Like, right there.
So I believe when they were saying he was throwing dimes in practice, I was like, because I seen it. He was still throwing dimes, but they was dropping.
Kelce showed up, man. Kelce showed up, and I felt bad for Kelce because in the middle of the field, where Kelce just sat there on the ground like, y'all ain't going to call that. That man was early on the pass interference over his back.
Pass interference,
over his back. Number 45? Was it number 45?
Number 45.
Young nigga, fast. He fast as shit.
They was allowing their DBs to go through the back.
Anytime a receiver gets a PI call, it's usually because the DB is coming over the back. and it's right there in the middle of the field. And that DB came over the back, and not only did he come over the back, he was early with it.
They was letting Tampa Bay do it. They wasn't letting the Chiefs do it.
And Kelsey was sitting on the ground like, y'all just not gonna call nothing.
Right.
If you do that to Tom Brady, it's gonna be a long day for him if he throws receivers off, If he throws receivers off, it's gonna be a long day for him. So you gotta play with your hands behind your back. But
so if Kelsey played for New England, I guarantee if that was Gronk, they would have called pass interference. Just pass interference.
Gronk played his ass off.
Your little brother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Gronk showed up, but that's Gronk. Like you can expect that from Gronk.
That
but
big motherfucker. We about 6'7".
6'7". And they made him look like he was fresh out of college.
6'7", 260, 250. Like you said, most of the normal DB 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? And
this the game Gronk came back for, man. He was bullshitting the whole season. He said he gonna save it for the championship.
Man, he trying to come back. He trying to come back next year with Brady. He trying to come back.
He gonna do it. He gonna do it.
He said all that.
I mean, Gronk's still young. Think about it. Andy
Brady said he retired after 45. Brady
Gronk took a year off. The whole reason he came back was to play with Brady in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Brady tell Gronk to come back for another year. That they're gonna try to run it one more time. He gonna do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Gronk young. He only like 28 right now. Like,
he young, but he beat up.
He took 2 years off. Think about 2 years off with his type of medical staff.
Right. If Toro tell me to come back and play flag football, I play.
Personal trainer. Hey, look, I'm thinking about it, and
hey, yo, I'm back in September, man. I'm coming back, man. I'm back in September, man.
I'm thinking about it in the fall, though, man. I'm getting
already in rehab,
man. We've been out.
Yeah, I'm playing flag football this season. I took like to 1.5 seasons off. They was I saw them in the text. They was like they still was getting it in. Even during COVID, they was getting it in. I was like, damn, these niggas out there getting that fresh air.
I think we could do that.
Yeah, well, we wear it anyway. First, been wearing a mask. Remember when we were playing with the Eagles? He was the only nigga masked up before COVID. Playing football, man. We was getting it, man.
That's what's up. We gotta think about the teams, though, man. Like, as far as the directions, man, because Tampa Bay, I mean, who the favorites for the NFC right now? I mean, Tampa Bay clearly. Seattle.
Buffalo looking good. Oh, you said.
I mean,
Seattle.
I think Washington gonna have a little stake this year.
Washington got a lot to figure out. Got a lot of holes in the Washington team. A lot of holes.
In Ron, I trust.
We from Washington, so I don't want to be too biased.
Yes, you can.
Talk about just
Alonzo will be biased enough for us all.
but
I just in Ron I trust. That's my hashtag. That's how I be on Twitter, like, because everybody say the same shit on Twitter, talking about, man, we better get this, we gotta get this quarterback. They was on Stafford. They swore we was gonna get Stafford. All I kept saying is, in Ron we trust. Ron, I trust. I'm gonna let Ron do it. Whatever he make, I'm with it.
They tried to get Stafford. They put in a bid for Stafford. They put in the best bid actually for Stafford.
Yeah.
And it was a strong possibility we was gonna get him, but Stafford wanted to be Hollywood Stafford. He wanted to be where he's at. So there was no swaying him out of that deal. He got what he wanted, but I think Ron Rivera knows that he doesn't have the quarterback of the future on his roster. And that's why he's making the moves he's making. But he's not in a rush. And I actually commend him for what he said. Like, building a football team around a quarterback is more than just getting the right guy, because you can get the right guy, but if you can't protect him, then what good is it?
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't be in a rush. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be in a rush whatsoever, man. Like you're saying, Chris, you should develop this stuff around the quarterback first before you just put somebody in a place or in a position to automatically fail. Yeah,
if you ain't got nobody to throw it to, what's the point of getting Deshaun Watson?
And that's the same thing we've been having.
What's the point of getting Deshaun Watson? You can't. He's gonna get hit every time. So, you gotta have all of the right pieces in the right place. And we've got one Pro Bowl offensive lineman right now, and that's Brandon Scherf. You tell me somebody else who's a household name or that is of note on that Washington offensive line that you think is I don't know, Pro Bowl caliber or NFC Championship caliber. We got to where we were
Brandon
because we had
Sheriff.
a. Now I just
That's
said
the
that,
only
but
one.
we got to where we were one because we had a weak division, and we lost to the Giants twice in a weak division. So like we got a lot to prove as far as a football team. Like our defense carried us. Alex Smith was hurt
But
for a
Alex
good
Smith
portion of the
was
year.
Alex Smith in both play. But did he play in both
He
in
played a
them Giants
significant
games?
part. No, he did not play in those Giants. I think he
Right,
played the
but
first
the
one.
games
He
he
played the
played in,
first
he
one.
won.
No, he played the first one, and we lost because that was the first game of the season.
So what about some other
in that
teams?
reserve role.
Alex Smith wasn't in the game yet. He came. Alex Smith's first game was against
What
L.A.
was it? The
Rams.
Rams. Yeah.
The
Yeah, the
Rams.
Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that must have been what's his name? The
We
forgotten
forgot
Right.
about him
quarterback.
already.
That's over there in
Haskins.
Pittsburgh. Haskins. There
Yeah,
you go.
he forgot that. Damn. Hey, I think that's a good spot for young Haskins.
We
I
forgot all
think
about
Tomlin
your
gonna
man.
get him right.
We was like,
Tomlin gonna get him right. He behind Big Ben. They similar styles.
are they similar
Haskins
style?
has been.
Trash.
I don't
Nigga
know what
Rizzo
his
going
name
hard.
is.
Ain't even Rizzo going hard? God damn.
The
Rizzo.
I mean,
Cowboys.
what you like? I don't want to hog the, because it's like 4-1, on the Washington
No,
side. So,
I
like,
mean,
we
I mean,
definitely can be objective on some other shit.
no. I mean, y'all definitely not being biased when it comes to this shit. But my whole thing is you can't get rid of Alex Smith unless you're ready to give the team to the defense. You know what I'm saying? My thing is he just came off of the Player of the Year. He has the locker room. You know what I'm saying? As far as the offense, he's just as good as Brady, in my
I don't know. Somebody got spaceships landing. I don't know what that was.
The hell was that?
But
All right, well,
I agree. I agree with
goodbye.
you 100% there, Rizzo. I think Taylor Heineke is not the guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And I think he had a lot of success because nobody had the tape on him.
I believe Ron. I believe Ron and them feel the same way too. That's why I think because word it is that we are looking for a quarterback in out here in this free
if you
agency.
got the
So.
quarterback on your roster, you're not shopping for Matthew Stafford. And like I said, they put out a
Very
good
true.
damn deal for Matthew Stafford. Like they put out the best bid, and it's noted that Washington actually had the best bid for Stafford.
Oh shit!
He over there burning himself. But at the end of the day, Stafford wanted to be in LA. He wanted to be where he's at. So Taylor Heineke had some flashes. I think he's a good backup, but he's not the guy you give the keys to the franchise to. And I'm just gonna have to put that out there. He just
I agree with you, Chris, man. Like Heineke, I like him. I like him a lot, but you gotta give him a chance. You definitely gotta give him a chance based upon like I was saying earlier, how the boy played like at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? He played like a champion, man. You can't take away the fact that he showed a lot of heart, he showed a lot of grit. The rest of the team rallied around him. You know what I'm saying? You got your boy Chase Young, who's one of his biggest advocates on the team. He's a team leader. You got to give him a shot and let him show, like, I have a Drew Brees sort of like breakout situation where he was just some shit in the beginning, but if something click and he gets it and he figures out how to play in the NFL like a true pro, and you know what I mean.
But he don't have a deep. He don't have a deep arm. He doesn't have a big arm. That's my issue with Taylor Heineke. Is he does not have a big arm, and to be successful in the NFL, you got to have a big arm. And Alex Smith.
How do you figure that? That's just my question because
he's
I want to
accurate.
know how you figure he don't have a big arm.
He threw
a bomb to Sims, which Sims dropped and then he threw like all them touchdowns he threw was big ass bombs, like the one when we beat the Steelers. I mean, not the Steelers, but you know what I'm saying. The passes I seen, he threw bombs. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how we only seen like a few games.
I think that he deserves a chance to be on the team for sure. I don't know if it's all about him being the number one guy automatically. I do think we need to bring in something else on that squad to like solidify and round out the defense.
And
We got Alex Smith
let him
that can
compete.
be
Give him a
hurt.
chance to compete.
Yeah, you got him.
Don't let the defense.
We need a season like all around somebody too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then let them compete, and then one of them take 1-2. Alex on there, like coaching it. I don't know. I mean, that's how
Go
I
ahead,
look
Rizzo.
at it.
Don't
So
let the
let's go. Yeah, like you said, Bo. Let's go through each team. So we talking about. So we don't, like you said, we don't stay on Washington. We can go stay in the NFC East. We talked
Hold on,
about the
hold on. So you
Giants.
mean to tell me you don't want to stay on Washington? What form of blasphemy
No,
is
I mean
this?
I want to go through all the team in the NFC East. I want to go through all of them. Yeah.
Now,
I
we
Because
we
because now because I want to ask Bo a question about his quarterback.
want to, I
That
want to,
that redhead
No,
boy.
I'm with it. I'm
I
with it.
want
I'm
to,
with it.
Yeah.
I want to get my take on Heineke though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All that's good. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
my insight is, don't let the defense make you fall in love with the third string quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Do not let the defense, don't let y'all defense in the system that Ron got going on, let you fall in love with the third string quarterback. You guys will have a quarterback on y'all roster by March. You know what I'm saying? You called me out on it. But by mid-March, somebody's going to be in there. And y'all got the capital to get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
You got the capital and strike me down. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 defensive linemen up there right now and some good backups on that defense.
6. You got 6 D linemen that you got 2 that are expendable.
Spit them numbers to me, bro. Spit them
Not to
numbers.
mention we still got London Collins on the fucking roster.
Spit them
You got
numbers to me.
6 D linemen that and 4 of them you can keep. You got 2 that you can trade off and you won't miss a beat. I agree
I
with
mean,
you.
not necessarily decent defensive linemen. They just want 2 defensive starters with that package.
And all
They
of
don't
them,
even got to be linemen.
them
You
dudes
can get
gonna
rid
run
of you
your thing.
right. You and you
We
know
got
like
London Collins.
you got and free safeties and cornerbacks
Get
are
rid of him.
expendable. Here's what I got to say
Man, we
about
got that young
Heineke.
boy got him. We got
And the reason why I say he doesn't have a big play arm, the one thing that they said about Haskins is that Haskins has a live arm, but he's just immature. You don't hear that about Taylor Heineke.
and he
And
don't
none
know how
of
to
us,
take the mustard off his arm either. They say, man, every ball is don't got to be hard as shit as a
He ain't got
bullet.
no
I ain't mean
touch.
to cut you
He ain't
off,
got no
sir.
touch.
no, you're
Yeah,
right. But his arm is live, and you hear that though. He got a live arm. You don't hear that about Heineke. And when none of us are seeing Heineke or any of those guys play because we don't have
I don't think
access,
we got a chance to hear that though because he only played a few games. Like
they watching them in practice. Like you don't hear them come out and be like, "Yo, Heineke got a live
he
arm."
only had like
Yeah,
full.
we
He
gotta
only
stop.
had like full practice. He only had like.
We gotta stop pretending
Hold on,
like
how long?
I mean, I
Long
just ain't
Heineke
hear.
been?
I ain't hear nothing about. I'm just saying I ain't hear nothing about him.
How
That's all.
long
I
has
ain't really heard
That's
Heineke
nothing.
been
I'm
because
trying to figure
in
out
the
what
because
he.
it
league? You
ain't
know?
there.
we
How long has
gotta
Huh?
Heineke been in the league? You know what I
He's
mean?
been in the league
Not long
years.
enough at all.
No, he was in the
No, he's been in the
league.
league about 4 or 5 years, right?
man
Yeah,
long
then he left, and then he went to the
Right.
XFL because he
So
long
they
was
got
enough.
tape
legit.
on him.
They
They got
got
tape
big
on him.
tape on him.
Man, we gotta stop pretending
Oh,
like we know more than them coaches know, man, in practice.
Yeah,
Right.
they definitely got tape on that dude, man. It's a
true.
reason. It's a reason he was taking a test a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying, before the Redskins called him, and I, you know, that's we ain't gonna understate that. But the fact is, when he got that opportunity, when
He
he had a
played. I'll
chance
give
to
you that.
play
He
against
balled
the
out.
fucking Super Bowl champion, that boy played, yeah. You know,
He
and he
balled
played his
out. I'll
ass
give
off,
you that.
and he played the game before that.
And
You know
when
what
And
I
he
mean?
played it
nobody,
better than the quarterback that been in the
So
system longer.
if he can
Yeah,
keep
that
Yep.
that,
Steelers
if
game was something else.
whatever
That
he been
Steelers
doing for the last two, all I'm saying is whatever he been doing for the last 2 games, okay. If he can transfer that into practice and in the next season and keep it rolling, keep that magic, whatever that boy got going, man, give him a chance and let him fucking, you know what I'm saying, take this team to another level if he can do it. You know what I
And he
mean?
was in
Just give him the
college
he can
opportunity.
studying
compete.
mathematics,
Fuck it.
I say he can compete.
calculus,
I
and
never
shit.
said that he shouldn't compete. But even after those games, nobody came out and said, "Man, that dude's arm is alive." No, it's
No,
just
no,
not
no.
there.
But they say he's amazing. They say other things.
passes
You know what
were
I'm
there.
saying?
They was
The
accurate.
passes,
He had
everything was
completion.
dead accurate.
He read the defense. He was able to.
I'm not saying don't try to get a
Oh
good
shit!
quality, you know what I'm saying, quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying, try to find somebody that's that's NFL caliber, all that type of good stuff, or whatever the situation is. But if that boy goes into camp, man, he outplays everybody. You gotta, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got to give him a shot.
You gotta
But
give him a shot. You know,
if
shit.
Washington lands that quarterback like Rizzo said, I think they will. Man, Heineken gonna be taking another test in 6 months. So that's just that's just how that's gonna work.
It is what it is, man. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a reason why. Now my point is, nepotism works heavily in football. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if you're in the system for a long time, it plays in your favor. But Alex Smith will tell you that's a motherfucking lie because he been losing his job to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
He been coaching a lot of young boys.
You know what I'm saying? So if Heineke was that dude, he's going to take somebody's job. You know what I'm saying? Flat out, he's getting opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And who's y'all starter at the end of the season?
Heineke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he's y'all starter going into this season. Unless Alex Smith come back and prove to whoever is on his dick that he's still that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of starters,
because if they put Alex Smith back in that lineup and Heineke just dropped, and Heineke still got that meme circulating out there like he got, like Zoe got out there, y'all go chew the organization out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is Alex Smith doing back out there? Y'all just saying Heineke dropped 23 on Tom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think. So y'all saying? What you saying? I'm sorry, I just came back. You saying?
What I'm saying is, you gotta. That's why I say y'all gonna have a quarterback in the house by March. You know what I'm saying? Because right now Heineke is y'all starting quarterback because Alex Smith has to come back.
I don't think he's the starter. I think Kyle Allen is still going to start over him. I think Kyle Allen going to be the one to still start over him.
See, that's what I'm saying, yo.
He's gone. Kyle Allen is gone.
No, he's still on the team.
He's still
on the team, bro.
Thank you, Chris. He's still on the team. He know the whole system. Like he was the one that was going to start the season before he got injured, and then
Rivera
the other guy came in.
Of Kyle Allen still. He's like, and I think if Alex Smith can't go, then they will go with Kyle Allen if they can't
will go with Kyle,
Watson, or if they can't get Sam Darnold. I think they will go with Kyle Allen. Heineke will remain the third, the third back.
And
so Bo, with that being said, those two will still be so. Yeah, with that being said, those two will be in camp, but like Bo said, we still gonna probably get a quarterback during March. But those two gonna be in camp.
I think Washington is again. I think I'm gonna have a quarterback in camp,
I think Washington's going after Watson. I feel from what I've been seeing, even though it hasn't been spoken a lot of, I do believe Washington is heavy in the Watson sweepstakes right now.
Yeah, they definitely said we didn't reach out to Carson Wentz.
No, we don't want that. We don't want that.
Yeah, Philly said, nah, we ain't.
I was just about to ask that.
That's a whole nother level of bullshit that don't need to be brought.
Yeah, Phil. Well, I saw something with Philly tweeted and said Washington hasn't reached out. Like a lot of teams been calling for Wentz, and Washington wasn't one of them. That's what they were saying.
Because we know the toxicity of Wentz in that locker room, and you know, I don't really have an issue with Wentz's play.
You still got Mariota. You still got Derek Carr now. And now Seattle talking about. Seattle, you know, motherfucker Russell Wilson getting frustrated because he keep getting hit every year. They ain't got no protection for him.
Well,
that's the word up there in Seattle.
That's worth the money.
Wilson's situation is that his whole team keeps deteriorating every year after year. They keep losing playmakers. So you know, if it's not the defense,
you'd be like, where did such and such go?
Yeah, he's on the island, you know, so he can't carry the offense and defense, you know, and he's starting to feel that frustration. And it was very unique to see him and Sierra politicking with Roger Goodell at the Super Bowl up in the booth. That was a pretty interesting sight.
Yeah,
so he got the ear of Goodell.
He got high friends in high places for sure.
Yeah,
speaking of quarterbacks, hey Bo,
I don't think Washington can afford
Hey Bo, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Bo, who gonna be your quarterback come the beginning of the season? Who y'all gonna have in March?
I mean, it's gonna be Dak. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
you think Dak gonna be back?
Yeah, because
Dak gonna be back.
Jerry Jones,
I like that.
Is a car salesman, man. I mean, don't let the smoke screens fool you because. For one, like you said, the locker room is important. If you get rid of Dak, you done lost your locker room, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Elliott don't carry that locker room. Like Zeke don't carry the locker room.
What's the incentive behind like not just giving him what he wants, locking him up, and just getting the show over with? You know what I mean? Moving on.
So I think that injury hurt. I think that injury hurt his value.
Really? So here's my question then. You don't. Andy Dalton played pretty good towards the end. Like,
Man, redheaded
Right.
you don't think? I'm
stepchild.
just saying, you don't think Jerry Jones like this?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? He's a
No,
little cheaper.
I
I
mean,
mean,
he's a backup for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why Dak ain't been
but
locked up yet is
he's a
because
vet.
the simple fact is they trying to lowball Dak early, and Dak was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And he kept overachieving early when he was lowballing him. You know what I'm saying? They was lowballing him like shit after the Romo. Like Dak should have got paid after he did what he did on that 13-3 season. You know what I'm saying? They should have got him about that deal like that next season. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have signed a big contract. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know what I'm saying? So now they on that franchise tag shit. The Kirk Cousins showed them how to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
$100 million man
Yeah,
off a franchise tag.
Yeah,
For
Kirk
nothing.
Cousins for nothing, man. Ain't got more than 5 playoff wins. You know what I'm saying? And was eating good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now he on the franchise tag shit, and they got to give him a big deal because if he's making more money he's making a lot of money for him hurt. Like Jerry
Right.
Jones probably selling more jerseys. He probably, if you look up the stats, he's probably sold more jerseys as a player than probably like a Michael Irvin or in the Smith or the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like people still buying his jersey. Like you say, he's the captain of the team, so he's gonna bring him back. And then they already, if you've been reading the news, they've already starting to hype up the comeback because who we suspected to play first game of the year?
Are we all in for Dak?
No. I'm just saying who we expected to play for the first game of the year. They talking about we supposed to play the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we supposed to play the Bucks for our first game. They talking about the Cowboys may play the Bucks for the opening game. I'm like, yeah, because Jerry on the line talking about, man, Dak coming back, and I need him to be there. Yeah. Tom Brady, the Super Bowl champ, and Dak is back. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Selling tickets right there. That's gonna sell itself.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's got Dak gonna be there. Okay, week 1. You know what I'm saying? Andy Dalton, he can either sign as a backup again, or he's gonna find a starting job somewhere else. But he's not gonna.
Because I'm about to say the difference between Andy Dalton as a backup and our backup quarterback is that Andy Dalton was a starter first. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. Like so, and then when he got out there, he still proved that he can still do it as a starter. So you're right, he will be getting a starting job somewhere. That's why I'm like Jerry Jones is looking like.
Andy Dalton ain't getting no starting job nowhere, man.
No. Andy's time is past. I agree with you there.
Andy Dalton is gonna stay in Dallas where he's from and get them checks.
Yep.
I don't agree, but I got you. I hear you. You saying his time is past and all that?
TCU hero.
These veteran quarterbacks is proven day in, day out that they still got it, bro.
TCU University legend, Andy Dalton. From Texas. Yeah, man, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean, for the future of my team, though, man.
Damn, is Josh McCown still playing?
Yeah. No.
I
remember his last.
trying to get a coaching job. Man.
I remember his last rodeo. He was with the Jets, right?
Damn.
Hey,
he got every jersey.
That was Fitzpatrick before Fitzpatrick.
Yes, Lord. He damn near got every jersey, though.
But McCown played with Washington, didn't he?
Nah.
Maybe.
Nah, I think we did he? Maybe, probably, maybe. I can't even say nah. You're right, maybe.
I thought he did at one point. Shit.
He was probably there for a week.
Probably did.
He was probably there for a week. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but at the end of the day, man, the NFC East still wide open, and that's what makes it a good fucking division. It's still wide open.
But you think Danny Dimes gonna get better then for New York?
No.
he's a good quarterback, but yeah, he turnover dude. I don't know. Yeah, like.
Oh no, man.
I see the goodness in him, but then I also like.
I also think Jason Garrett is a good offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why we had them fall off, and they did good. They did better than us. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Jason Garrett did improve Danny Dimes, and until Kellen Winslow showed me something, he's living in the shadow of Jason Garrett to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit what nobody say. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn what nobody say. You know what I'm
This is
saying?
our shit. We could curse, say fuck it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what nobody
Hey,
say. You know
Bo,
what I'm
Bo, Bo,
saying?
I've been hitting the fucking J the whole time, man.
Time.
It's okay.
Yeah, me too. The
It's all right.
spiritual herbs. You know what I'm saying?
Be yourself, man. Let
Yeah,
the words flow.
That-
yeah,
that's
man.
what this is for, guys, man. We on here, man. If people don't know, we trying to just
That's how I feel about
do
my
something
team.
new, different, and bring these conversations out. You know
I,
what I'm saying? Like,
I do think Mike McCarthy. I do think Mike McCarthy can change the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Dallas has a culture problem. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're able to get 15-yard penalties that cost your team points and still stay on the field for the next play, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need coaches that's gonna take players off the field when they fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I need accountability. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that type shit going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way the next person will get a chance to show what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If he fuck up, then put the motherfucker in. Right back in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the big thing is accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta change the culture of these franchises to the point where these players coming in and they're like they feel like it's their playground also. It's like they are part of the big boys club. Nah, nigga, it's like care about football and then your brand. You know what I'm saying? Do business first, and then do your brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like Johnny Manziel or Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck has he done? But you know what I'm saying? They make more money off the field than on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about
Become
like you said, man,
commercials.
establishing yourself as a commercial, as a brand. You know, that shit is bigger than football, yeah. You know,
It's like
it,
you might as well. It's like they might as well play for a season, get all the endorsements they can, and then retire.
but
Because
it's easier for a particular color scheme than it is for one, especially within the league. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, and
yeah,
then and then certain individuals they don't even think along them lines. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like when you get in the league, you should instantly once you get that money, be thinking about ways to reinvest yourself, ways to put that shit towards other stuff because football is fleeting. You know what I'm
right,
saying? But certain people when they get into the junk, they ain't really concerned with that off the break. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
they don't have that brand establishment in their head like they supposed to. You know,
Mm, yeah,
and I mean, you got to focus on certain things, man.
it's the structure, the environment,
Yeah,
the education. Like you say,
that
if you look at certain parts
definitely
of
the
the world,
education,
you
definitely
can,
the education.
if you look at the certain parts of the world, you can be like, this person, you know what I'm saying, came from this part of the world, and now he making $20 million. Oh, I can see how that happened. That motherfucker came,
100%.
he came from
Yeah,
Hughesville, Alabama, and I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? That man, I was like, the only time that man see millions of dollars is when you turn on HBO. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, yeah. So I can see how his shit get fucked up with the wrong education. You know what I'm saying? And then,
100%.
you can look at the education from where you're from. It ain't hard to really do see how this shit fucked up for like a lot of these people, man. Like, because their path is documented. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to really be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a mutant, like Julio Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily he stayed out of the, you know what I'm saying, stayed out of the trouble. But they come from places where it's like it was freaks of nature, and they was in a right program. You know what I'm saying? And they just developed. You know what I'm saying? And now they millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
and nobody developed their mind. Nobody. They just were like, we got this. We got, and that goes into like the whole reason why a lot of people been protesting the NFL and football and stuff like that too, because
NCAA.
it's like you
Really.
got those programs and places that are going out there looking for those freaks in nature and just care about their physical ability, just like we were thought of. And a lot of them happen to be us, you know what I'm saying, black, there are some of all types, you know what I mean. Now what you see in the with the Hawaiians, the Samoans and all of them, see, they took it in as a community and said, oh, you like our size and our strength and the way we play football, we're going to design a program for our guys and our boys that we teach them so they keep their values and their morals as they go. So when they go to the league, they're automatically giving back and they're already automatically making sure that the next group is getting more resources and they're automatically investing in businesses and they're doing things like that as a community. So they didn't
Right.
let themselves be exploited individually. They said, "Oh, you like that?" The first ones came back and said, "Nah, y'all ain't gonna exploit my folk." And that's kind of how it's starting to change in football for everybody, but it's still those sections where they're sitting there and there's you got those guys that are like, let's go get them. Let's go get them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get our cash cow. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
most of the time, it's an underprivileged person, and 70% of the time, it's a black person.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Because like you said, it's the environment that they come from, and a lot of the kids that don't have the parental guidance or the mentorship, so that's what they gravitate towards. You know what I'm saying? And if that mentor isn't mine isn't right, yeah, it's a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Because they always go somebody always want to he's going to get to where he needs to be regardless. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody is just really negligent. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
depending on who gets him there matters. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear about that story all the time. You know what I'm saying? The person who embezzled money or the player get there and now he owe that person because he looked out for him before he got there and now he ain't cool no more. Like Chris Webber going through that shit, like with the Fab Five. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't cool with Jalen Rose and none of the people. You know what I'm saying? It's all stemmed from the fact that
Shit, Ray Allen said same way with Ray Allen and Rondo
yeah,
and Paul Pierce and them.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just talking about before the pros. You know what I'm saying? Like this back home type shit. Like Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, and all them. Like they feel like Chris Webber went state, and you know what I'm saying, and didn't look out for the AAU dude who looked out for them before they went pro. You know what I'm saying? And was throwing them money and all that. You know what I'm saying? And when it came time to and when Chris Webber was getting cracked on for taking that money, he threw that man underneath the bus. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Rose is like, nah, that wasn't cool. I wasn't cool with Chris Webber when he did that because that guy John was a real dude for us when, you know what I'm saying? And now that he under investigation and he about to do some time, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mhm.
it's codes. It's codes to this game, man. This AAU life is real grimy. And they really prey on the kids who don't have fathers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if you don't have a father, or you know what I'm saying, they really take to them. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying. It's like the ones who do have fathers, yeah, they kind of like they like them, but they don't really take them under like they would. You know what I'm saying? The one who's going out there in the win because they can get credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. They got a big opportunity with them.
yeah, a kid that has his father around, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get respect and you get acknowledgement on the behalf of the parent and the father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But when the
i.e. RG3, i.e. Mr. Haskins and Mr. RG3.
right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like or
Their
Tiger Woods'
fathers.
father, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Earl Woods, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like, but the ones who don't have fathers there, those are the ones who the programs blow up, you know what I'm saying? And you want to war the money, and then next thing you know, you hear those little wild ass stories, you know what I'm saying? That and it gets a little better because, like you said, it's like parents are a little bit more involved now. But back in the day, that shit was out of control. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was crazy. It was real crazy, man. But it's a good convo, man, fellas. We lost Styles. You know what I'm
Yeah,
All
saying?
right.
he said he had to
Right.
step away.
I just saw the message he sent us. He said he had to step away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, yeah, man.
in the bad
But
for
that's
him,
what's
but you
up,
know,
man. This is cool. I
yeah,
Yeah,
think
man.
it was about an hour is good.
Yeah, it was about an hour. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna roll this out. I'm gonna end the broadcast. I want y'all to hold on for a second while I end y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I
Everybody.
appreciate the folks, man. First time on the grind.
Yeah.
Until next time, man. We gonna close
Wait.
everybody.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. And remember,
Way to support
NFC
everybody.
all day. Balls.
Balls.
Balls.